In Australia each year, ANZAC Day is a defining cultural moment that speaks to our story as a people and a nation. While fewer and fewer Australians are old enough to remember seeing World War I and World War II veterans march on ANZAC Day, our younger generations are finding new ways to give honour and give meaning to this solemn day of remembrance. As students returned to classrooms this week for Term 2, our schools commemorated ANZAC Day in a multitude of ways. With sincere reverence and deep respect, liturgies, assemblies and ceremonies were held in both primary and secondary schools, as our students paid tribute to all those involved in and affected by war. And students from Sydney Catholic schools were particularly privileged to be invited to participate in a special commemoration led by RSL New South Wales at the ANZAC Memorial in Hyde Park. At a time when the people of Ukraine fight for life and survival in the face of appalling injustice and suffering, it's tempting to wonder whether we humans will ever learn from the devastating impacts of armed conflict. In war, we see the best and worst of humanity. That's why we rightly honour the fallen, support and care for the wounded and returned service personnel, and acknowledge the catastrophic effect war has on nameless and innumerable civilians all over the world. I pray that love and mercy prevails in our hearts and minds, and that the gift of life is never taken for granted, lest we forget.